Now let's reveal the questions in the Ask Bruce segment. Fire away, Ryan.
All right, we'll start here with the Guardians. Hey, Bruce, which do you think will be tougher for the Guardians to replace this season? Andres Jimenez Gold Glove at second base, should say Platinum Glove at second base, or Josh Naylor's 3,100 production in the lineup?
I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to a combination of Carlos Santana, and as I talked with Bobby D, Manzardo, Noel, Bo Naylor, all developing, continuing their development. We know what we're going to get out of Carlos. He's got a great knowledge of the strike zone. He's going to get his share of walks. He's a contact guy. He won't have the power numbers of Naylor, but I think these other guys will make up for it. So I would say Jimenez defensively, because I think one of the most underrated portions of the game is defense in baseball. They talk about the other sports, but think of this. There are no pitchers in the major leagues, none, that average 10 strikeouts a game. There's 27 outs in a 9-inning game. There's none that average 10 strikeouts. Therefore, those pitchers are depending on the guys behind them with those gloves. That's how important defense is. So, yeah, Jimenez defensively, I think, would be the answer to that question.
All right, well, speaking of second base, hey, Bruce, what do Juan Brito and Aniel Martinez's rough spring training stints mean for that second base opening?
Well, Brito's known for his offense, and I think they're hoping that he can adequately man the second base position defensively with Rocchio, his double play combination at short. So hopefully, let's be optimistic that he can, because he should hit. He's always hit in his minor league career, and I think the fans will be pleased when they see him at the plate and his presence. But the defense will be the key, no question.
All right. Hey, Bruce, with repeated injury troubles to Chase DeLauder, which outfield prospect, excites you most?
Well, he's the guy, obviously, and I don't think that we have the depth there that we do in other positions on the team, particularly pitching. My goodness gracious, that bullpen is just awesome. There's going to be guys that do not make this roster for opening day in the bullpen that could be pitching. They could be seventh, eighth inning guys on any other team in the majors, just about. That's how deep the Guardians are at that position. But I do think that DeLauder is going to be a dandy. From all reports, he's a can't-miss prospect. But I'm very happy with Quan in left, and obviously Lane Thomas, who I've commented a lot about here on our show. Right field, Will Brennan, along with Noel. And remember, if we get Fry back, that will help too, as far as depth purposes. But we'll have to just, improvise until we get fully healthy. But keep your fingers crossed we don't suffer any more injuries. But I think the outfield will be fine.
Alrighty. Hey, Bruce, with Eric Sabrowski's injury, who do you expect to be the last arm in the bullpen for the Guardians?
That's up for grabs. My goodness gracious. I mean, they are just so loaded. Another guy is Means they picked up. I hadn't even talked about him. He was another guy they picked up during the offseason. What I loved most about Vogt's managing last year in his rookie campaign? And of course, he's got arguably the best pitching coach in the major leagues in Carl Willis alongside of him. But I like the fact that he didn't hesitate, except for Clase and the traditional closer's role. He didn't hesitate using all these guys, Smith and Gaddis and all of them. One day he'd have them working the sixth inning. The next day he'd have them working the eighth inning or the seventh inning, and he flip-flopped. So they were all acclimated and comfortable in those positions throughout the season. And it wasn't just, this guy's the seventh inning, this guy's the eighth inning, Clase's the ninth inning. I really liked that, and I think he'll do it again. And it's even enhanced with Sewald, because Sewald's been a very successful closer, and he can work that sixth inning, seventh, eighth, or ninth if necessary.
All right, well, that's it, Bruce, and that's also it for our Florida shows.
Like I said, major announcement on next week's Bonus Time with Drennan here on the Big Play Sports Network. Don't miss it. And I am Bruce Drennan. On behalf of Ryan Smith, you have a good week. We'll see you next week. Until then, as always, and most importantly, you remember, I love you, Ohio. And I love you, Cleveland.